What you're hearing right now is a little strange. It's the introduction to Holocene by Bon Iver. It's the rhythm of the song, played on an instrument that doesn't normally carry that responsibility, a finger-picked acoustic guitar. Two acoustic guitars, in fact, panned back and forth. This hypnotic rhythm is the first technique of many that Justin Vernon uses to disorient the listener in Holocene. Of course, you probably don't feel disoriented. It's a disorientation that Vernon doesn't want you to notice, just like you might not have noticed that I changed the direction of the snow. I think, in fact, he wants you to have the opposite feeling, that the song is inviting you somewhere that feels strangely like home. But to build that atmosphere, that feeling, that mood, Vernon has to make you temporarily forget what you're actually hearing. Why does he have to do this? Well, he doesn't have to, but Holocene works really hard to be an unbreakable piece of art, as if the song was an instrument all itself. And to achieve that feeling, Vernon helps us forget or look beyond the smaller instruments that make it up. It's right there in the title. Holocene comes from the Greek word holos, which means whole or entire. Holocene is also a geological epoch, our current epoch, beginning at the end of the last ice age and encompassing all of human culture and history. It's also a bar in Portland, Oregon, where Vernon had a pretty shitty night. These meanings resonate against each other, just like the instruments resonate off each other. And what Vernon is most interested in is the sound of that resonance. Structurally, Holocene is pretty straightforward. Running for just over 5.5 minutes, it begins with the intro, then goes verse, chorus, verse, chorus, verse, chorus without a bridge, leading to a pretty abrupt ending. Tension is built up and released throughout the song by the addition and subtraction of layers of instrumentation. In the intro, Vernon brings in a slide guitar, for example. After the first verse, he brings in a vibraphone, a shaker, and what sounds like some hands clapping. In the second verse, we get a little more thrust with a drum kit that's set pretty far back in the mix, actually, which is another thing that Vernon does repeatedly in this song. In the second chorus, he has brass instruments like tenor sax, trumpets, French horn, needling at the bottom of the mix. These are instruments known for their statements. Here, they become atmospheric, contributors to the overall sound. On the vocals, too, there are a couple of harmonies echoing off Vernon's main melodic falsetto, but they're low, twining like ghosts around an already ghostly performance. What tension's been built up subsides for the third verse, as the vocal harmonies fall away, as well as all the instruments but the wandering brass section, which sounds like the jagged vacants that Vernon's been citing in the chorus. Even the acoustic guitars that have guided the listener through the song are absent. Christmas night, clutch the light, the hollow bright. Vernon is playing clarity and confusion against each other, searching still for that resonance. Lyrically, the song grapples with insignificance, love, family, but it filters these things through the prism of memory, an undulating memory. Again, Vernon is less interested in each individual image than he is in the sea that brings them forth. He's interested in the mind as a phenomenon, why it forgets so much, hollows out so much, and delivers sudden moments of epiphany and vision. The song finds its full expression in the final chorus, an expression of the mood it's created and the memories it's trying to evoke. I think this hits so hard because the truth is that memories are a mood. The mind is made out of language, but it's not always or even usually lucid language. Mostly it's a vast reservoir of gibberish. Here and there a concrete image leaps to the front, a moment seemingly at random. Maybe it happened. Maybe not exactly that way. As a favorite writer once put it, memory commits you to the nuance, the fog. If you act on memory, you commit yourself on the basis of echoes, no basis on which to inch out across your life, and yet all you have. Holocene is an attempt to map the contours of that nuance, and I think it succeeds beautifully. And even though I know they are specifically the contours of Vernon's life, somehow I feel close to the terrain, as if the uniqueness of his own revelation unlocks something universal, some way a part of me, apart from me.
Somewhere, baby, it's part of me, apart from me.
There is a new Nerdwriter video every Wednesday, so if you go right there and click on that box, you'll subscribe and get all the videos, and that's what helps me out the most. Thanks so much for watching this. I have a blast making all of these, and I'm really grateful. I'll see you guys next Wednesday.